Destroy Lonely, the Opium Prodigy, finally dropped his highly anticipated project No Stylist yesterday, or this morning I guess, on August 12th of 2022. Boy, does time fly. For as we all know, he is signed to one of our favorite artists, Playboi Carti, under the Opium label imprint under Interscope, but we'll get into that a little bit later. For because of this association, it's practically how we know about this rapper. Some of y'all I know in the underground are gonna attack me saying that you knew who Destroy Lonely was when he popped out of his mother's womb. Well, most of us are just not that lucky, I guess. But given this project might be the album of the year in 2022, at least for this new upcoming generation, for all the new listeners, I thought I'd catch you up with a little bit of background and maybe even a bit of a deep dive into his early life and how he came to be Destroy Lonely.
But I'm not a rapper.
So just to give a little bit of a background, Destroy Lonely is a 21-year-old rapper from Atlanta, Georgia, whose name is actually the same as your boy's, Bobby Sandamani III. I'm a junior, so he practically my son, low-key. And the reason I call him a prodigy, not necessarily just because he's signed to Playboi Carti, and pretty much every single person who's associated with him somehow just blows up. Either he knows what true talent is and aesthetic, which is probably true, or he just has some sort of like charismatic ooze that once he touches something, it turns into gold, or a vampire. I guess that's what vampires do, right? They bite you and then you turn into that. But no, even before Playboi Carti, Destroy Lonely was already a prodigy in that his father was actually a famous rapper, I-20, that was signed to Ludacris's label. And being signed to his label was obviously a frequent collaborator, being on a couple of his albums, including featuring on his song, Move. And because his father was already like a somewhat poppin' rapper, Destroy Lonely would go on tours with his father and Ludacris, even referring to Ludacris as an uncle. And so at an early age, he already had many connections. But that is not to take anything away from his talent and his work ethic, and that he originally derived his name Destroy Lonely from his days in school while he was putting hella work in, including Lonely, the second part of his name, coming from being homeschooled by his grandmother in middle school, by which he spent most of his days just playing around on audio recording software such as Pro Tools. So there came the name Lonely. Whereas later on in high school, where he went back to public school, he came up with the name Destroy because he was popping too many Xans and he started getting geeked at school at like 7 a.m. And he knew if he kept doing this that he would destroy his life. But practically everybody in 2016 in that era, because of the Lil Pump, Smoke Perps, and other SoundCloud rappers, everybody was getting zooted off of the Xans. But it's a good thing that he was mature enough to realize the situation. Soon after, he dropped his first official project on all major streaming platforms such as Spotify, Apple Music, SoundCloud, YouTube, and others. A collab project with another rapper named Nezus. Meanwhile, also frequently collaborating with one of his friends, Texaco Cam. But little did he know, in like 5 to 6 years, with how swiftly the internet moves nowadays, that he would sign to one of his favorite rappers.
Look, niggas get mad at me, they could say I changed because I thought they was on the same shit I was doing.
For if you didn't catch that, he was reciting one of Playboi Carti's famous hotel room rants with Ian Connor. For I guess Lonely and Carti were a match made in heaven, or hell, because somehow Destroy Lonely caught Playboi Carti's attention in late 2020 in September when he dropped his Broken Hearts tape, and soon after his deluxe version on Halloween, entailing the song Oh Yeah, accompanied by a music video by which Jay, aka It's Opium Baby on Instagram, commonly known as one of Playboi Carti's main A&Rs and or creative director, reached out to Destroy Lonely and actually replied to one of the snippets of the Oh Yeah music video on his Instagram story. Soon after, Whole Lotta Red dropped and asked him to accompany them to a couple recording sessions. So this was around early 2021, and I guess Destroy Lonely passed the test, for soon after it looks like he signed to Opium, but no one really knew yet. But you know how the Carti detectives are. Somehow someone found out, or maybe they leaked that information just because they knew any association with Playboi Carti would instantly bump up someone's clout, regardless if they even have any music out. Good thing that Destroy Lonely already had a solid discography, as well as the fact that he met Ken Carson in these same post Whole Lotta Red recording sessions, who signed to Carti months earlier with his first official release under the Opium label called Yale, that was promoted on Rap on Instagram as well as Academics. Oh, and of course, notably co-produced on Beano on Whole Lotta Red. But up until about September of 2021, we still had no confirmation that Destroy Lonely was actually signed to Playboi Carti, because there are a lot of rumors with multiple rappers, including one right now that shall not be named until we confirm that information. But although up until this point, Lonely still had yet to drop any official music under the Opium imprint, he spilled the tea on the Our Generation Music interview with Hakeem, and essentially due to this confirmation, he fully engulfed himself into the Playboi Carti leak and snippet culture. In that for the next almost year, about 10 to 11 months, countless, I have no idea how many, it gotta be somewhere around 100 snippets and leaks were surfacing online. Whether or not he did it himself, I'm pretty sure some of them had to be on purpose, let's be real. For quite frankly, this is the reason that Destroy Lonely has grown so much up into this point. After all, it is the Playboi Carti method. He did it for Whole Lotta Red V1. Ken Carson even did it with the Lost Files, and by using not only Playboi Carti's clout, but also Ken Carson's newly found clout and the Opium cult that they have cultivated, they welcomed Destroy Lonely. So much to the point where Destroy Lonely's archive page on Spotify literally had more monthly listeners than his official page, simply due to the sheer amount of leaks and snippets that were posted onto this account, whereas most of Destroy Lonely's official discography was pretty dated. For Lonely didn't actually officially release any music under the Opium imprint until April Fool's Day, I believe. So nobody actually knew if it was an official release or somebody posted to his account through like a bootleg distributor called 20 Years Old, which people thought was gonna be the first single to No Stylist. But just as Carti did with At Me for a Whole Lotta Red, didn't end up being any sort of association with the No Stylist project. Such a cold tape, bro. Actually sounds like a real rap rock star. And just for confirmation that Destroy Lonely actually signed to a major label, because even through DistroKid or TuneCore or any of these independent distributors, you can insert your own label. I could technically input Opium over any of my releases. But yet again, Destroy Lonely's father came into the mix, congratulating him on Twitter on his birthday in July for signing to Interscope, the major label that backs Playboi Carti's Opium imprint, as well as ASAP Ugg that Playboi Carti releases music under. And so there we have it, Destroy Lonely, a superstar in the making. Typically, I let a lot of these newer rappers kind of do their own thing before I try to hop on the bandwagon as to this person's gonna be a star or be this successful, but truly, I do believe that Destroy Lonely has what it takes to progress the game forward. For as I said before, him rapping on actual guitar beats was revolutionary. I know other rappers have probably done it, Juice WRLD, but someone so new into the game doing it that effortlessly, absolutely ridiculous. He destroyed them shits. Not to mention the cult that he already has and probably is going to grow, surpassing a lot of these other rappers in his class, just because the music quality is so much greater and different in general than everybody else. But with all that being said, it has been your boy Bobbalam signing off, ready to see how many people start biting Destroy Lonely now that he has created something that is popping. Let me know in the comments what you thought about his recent project No Stylist and the further extent of his potential as a rapper in the future. Of course, make sure to like and subscribe and join the Bob gang if you with it. Peace out, copy. You know what I'm saying?